The Miami Hurricanes have a strong football team for 2026, strong enough that they will be the ACC favorites. But what about the weaknesses?
You are Locked On Canes, your daily podcast on the Miami Hurricanes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I am Alex Donno, University of Miami alumnus, co-host of Locked On ACC and host of Postgame on the Hurricanes Radio Network. And thank you to the everydayers for making Locked On Canes your first listen. We're available free wherever you get your podcasts. We're free on YouTube. We're part of the #1 Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Mazda. We put the same drive into every detail. Wins define the moment. Putting in the work, that defines you. Stay tuned for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward. There's more to a Mazda because there's more to you. On this loaded episode, we'll talk about the 2026 hype train. We'll talk about Darien Mensah's potential in Miami's offense. But as we bring on an excellent friend of mine, and I know he's a friend to all of you in the Miami Hurricanes family, the great Danny Boy Kane is with me. Danny, thank you so much for being here. Before we get to breaking down this roster, I hope you are well, my friend.
Yeah, I am very well. You know, like I said, had a cardiology appointment today. Went well, and we'll go from there. Hold on.
Keeping that heart healthy is the most important thing.
Yes, no question.
DBC, I wanted to ask you, my friend, because I've spent a lot of time, especially since the Darien Mensah edition, talking about, the quarterback situation. Wide receiver room is stacked. Running back room is stacked. There's things I love about the defense, but are there any position groups or any areas of the Miami Hurricanes 2026 roster that give you some concerns heading into next year?
Outside of Toney at wide receiver, no. Though the tight ends, I'd like to see that get addressed. Want to see who we get there. We have a tight end coming in. The line, I think, is very strong. Even when we lose Bell, we lose Mauigoa, Cooper. I still think and Brockemeyer. I still think we're very strong there. Rodriguez is going to be a good point at center. Cantwell, who we got, I mean, he's going to be a star. Put him on the left or right side. I think the line's strong. I think defensive line, of course, outside of Bain and Mesidor. I mean, who do you replace him with? Yeah. Who do you replace him with? Do you go maybe Blunt there? Do you go Lightfoot? You can go maybe those two there. The interior of the line is going to be good. You got Moulton coming back. Blunt in the middle there. I think we're going to be very strong there. Linebacker, Toure is still good there. I don't know who else we get. Maybe you just mentioned Wilson. Linebacker, I'm not sure who we get there outside of Toure. The back end, I still think we're very good on the back end. The kicking game is something I want to see us address because in the national championship game, it let us down. It really did. The punt game and the kicking game.
Yeah. We got we're going to do like last year. We got the kicker from Northwestern and the kicker for Florida State, and we're going to let them compete, and then hopefully we get the consistency because like Carter Davis this past year was overall really good, and then the playoffs is a little different. It wasn't quite
outside the A&M game. I mean, not so bad except the national championship game.
Yeah,
and then of course Dylan Joyce. Who do we place Dylan Joyce with?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, we got to get that punting game. Maybe I don't know, man. Do you got a few punts in you for this year, DBC? With that offense, you may not have to punt very much with Darien Mensah at quarterback.
No, I think we're going to be solid. I think we're going to be solid on special teams. But I'd like to see, I really want to see how we do giving Toney help. Who's that other guy at wide receiver that could step up besides outside of Toney? Give Toney weapons around him.
Yeah, no doubt. I think they're probably going to have that with Cooper Barkate coming in.
Oh yeah, that's right. With Barkate, we got Barkate coming in.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be all right there at receiver. I think probably you mentioned tight end. I think there's some talent there, DBC, but I think we need to see Elijah Lofton be a little bit more consistent this coming year
and stay healthy. Because remember, he was hurt and did not play in the title game.
Yep. Yeah, he was suffering from injuries. Yeah. What have you had a little time to decompress now? Because I know you were all over the country for these playoff games and in the national championship game. Has it's been a couple weeks now since we unfortunately lost that national championship game. How have these last couple weeks been treating you?
I got to tell you something, Alex. And then you went after when I talked to you. I remember talking to you
Right after
after
the game.
I was back in the room, and I said, listen, we're going to be back. It hurts, but I felt we made too many mistakes in the title game. But I think now, giving time away, I think it was a hell of a ride no matter what happens. I think Barstool did a tremendous job with me. They treated me very well in the semifinal when I went to Arizona, and then I went to the national championship game, as you mentioned. But I got to tell you, Alex, it's been one hell of a ride. It's like I'm just trying to still really think I really did this. I'm trying to think in my head, I really did this.
I mean, I loved the footage, and you're right. Barstool did a great job with you on the coverage, and you did a great job with them. I think that it was a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yes, Tate did a good job with documenting the whole thing. Mincy, with the Ole Miss thing, and then Caden. By the way, did you know Caden at the national championship game? He played on their team the year before.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. He was their center. That's the team that lost to Notre Dame in the first round at South Bend last year. And I could tell you, the guy has very good football knowledge. The guy knows the game. I mean, I sat next to him, and I got to tell you, he knows his football.
Okay.
He knows his football.
Was he was cheering for the Hoosiers then?
Yeah. Considering a lot of the guys on that team, he knew. He knew the guys. And when the game was over, I don't know if you saw the footage, he went down to, and a lot of those players gave him a hug and showed him how much they told him he was the one that helped set the tone for what Indiana was now. That was, I don't know if I can find that video. If you find it, it's a good thing to check out.
I will check that out. Now, how you feeling, Danny, heading in to next season? Because I still think that there's really some good stuff to build on. I know, you lose Bain and Mesidor and Francis Mauigoa on the offensive line, but I still see this team reloading. Like I think they can even hit another gear next year.
Oh yeah, I think so too. You get Mensah in there. Of course, you got the running back room. We got Fletch, you got Pringle, you got Brownie back, and Lyle. That's a loaded room right there by itself. Yeah. And of course, you got to get weapons around Toney with Barksdale, with Cooper. That's good to have. I need to get maybe who else is going to be that guy to step up?
We'll continue our conversation on the future of Miami Hurricanes football with the one and only Danny Boy Kane. Do not go anywhere. Friends, this is Mazda's moving the game forward. For those who show there's more to the score than what's on screen. Jim Larinaga, Coach L, he moved the game forward at Miami, was recently honored at the U, starting his Miami tenure at 2011, and in 13 seasons, Coach L led Miami to 6 NCAA tournament appearances, 4 trips to the Sweet 16, and a couple trips to the Elite 8, including Miami's first ever Final Four in 2023. Coach L made this a much better job for Jay Lucas, who took the reins, and we are forever in his gratitude for what he did at the University of Miami. He reminds us of what it really takes to raise the bar. It's the extra work off the court, dialing in every detail, giving it that extra fire, the grit, and the I never quit. We put the same passion into every model. Highlights make the reel. What it took to get there makes it count. There's more to a Mazda because there's more to you. We are also proudly brought to you by Indeed. Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about finding the right person with the right background who can actually help your business move forward. And if you want candidates who match what you're looking for, Indeed sponsored jobs is the move. Because instead of hoping the right person stumbles across your post, Indeed helps you match with quality candidates by boosting your job listing to the people who fit your specific criteria, skills, certifications, location, and more. Folks, if I were hiring, I wouldn't just want someone who can help. I'd want someone with real experience who can jump right in. That's what I like about Indeed. You can get specific and target exactly what you need, and it saves time because you're spending less energy sorting through mismatches. And here's the stat that says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed sponsored jobs. Listeners of this show will get $75 sponsored job credit to help your job get premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed. Yeah, I mean, we also got a couple of other good ones from the portal. Cam Vaughn, Van Drevius Jacobs. I want to see more from Josh Moore this upcoming season.
I need that.
Yeah. And also true freshman coming in, Samorian Wingo. I keep hearing that this guy
Wingo.
looks ready.
And I forgot about the guy from West Palm Beach, in the running back room. I forget his name offhand.
Yeah, we got the new one, Javion Mallory coming in.
We got Mallory coming in there. Yeah. That room's loaded, and I think wide receivers will be fine. We got Mensah in there, and he's going to have a line that's not going to allow a lot of sacks. We've got a strong running back room. I think the offense is going to be fine. I want to see how we look in the front seven without Bain and Mesidor now, and I want to see the linebackers step up. Who else will help Torrey out? Like you said, we got the kid. We got Wilson in the portal there.
Yeah, he's going to be on the edge, and we keep Torrey, we keep Chase Smith, who's like
that's a big one. That's
a big one to keep, and I like Kellen Wiley Jr. and Bobby Pruitt. I think instead, and also Kamal Bonner. People think he can step up this year.
But let me tell you a guy who could step up. How about Marquise Lightfoot?
He was good playing right behind Bain and Mesidor. He was really good.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be the guy. I could see maybe Wilson and Lightfoot on the edges. The question is, do you move Blunt inside full time?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think he can play. He can play inside and outside because you're going to have Scott, Ahmad Moten on the inside, and Jarquez Carter who came in. So I think you could probably do a little bit of both with Blunt.
Yeah, I think also our line's going to be fine then. I'd like to see on the back end. Who do we have? I know we got Fitzgerald on the back end.
Bryce Fitzgerald.
Do we have OJ back?
OJ's back. OJ, Xavier Lucas are back. Damari Brown is also back.
Damari, if healthy, that's another weapon to have. Yeah. Another shutdown corner.
Yeah, and we got Omar Thornton from Boston College who might play the nickel. And Conrad Hussey. You remember him when we recruited him out of high school?
Yes, and Conrad Hussey. What is his thing with Florida? What is this thing that I know he didn't like the coaches at FSU? What was the deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's true and what's not, but there was a report he got into like a fight and may have like hit a coach a couple years. I don't, I don't know.
Okay, that's all speculation.
Yeah.
I want to see. I think we're loaded in that room too, but I want to see the special team step up, punting and kicking. Those are the guys that have to step up for me, especially in tight games.
I love it. The $1 million question for you, because people always love to know, when you're going to be at the games in person. Hey, the schedules come out. Do you have any idea which games you're going to go to next year?
The one I'd like to do, Alex, is Notre Dame. To me, Notre Dame is one thing it's a bucket list item.
Yeah.
To me, that's a bucket list thing. You got to just to see South Bend for myself, and to see the touchdown Jesus thing, etc. The rivalry, to see that up in South Bend. That's one I'd like to do. I'm leaning a couple of ways, either Stanford or Wake as the second roadie. So I'm probably going to do 2 roadies next year. And then the one home, of course, is FSU.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be. You saw what happened with FSU today? Gus Malzahn retired?
Yes. That's a big loss for them.
Yeah.
That's a big loss.
Yeah, they're
and
actually
Tim Harris takes over as, quote, offensive coordinator, but in reality, who's calling the plays. That's Mike
Norvell. Yeah, he did an okay job. When he had Jordan Travis, he seemed like a pretty good play caller. Yeah. Not so much without Travis.
Without Travis, have you seen how far FSU has fallen?
Oh, it's bad.
My goodness. They are horrible, and they're stuck with Mike Norvell. They can't can him. They can't can him. And that's good for us because we get to beat him more.
That's right. Yeah, it would have cost $58 million plus his staff. And then I think next year it'll be like $50 million, even if they fire him next year. So we're in good shape.
Yes.
Hey, Danny Boy Kane, I was captivated, following you on social media. You're over there in Tampa Bay, and you were able to get a meet and greet with, what was it, the Tampa Bay Alumni
Yes, the Tampa
Organization?
Canes alumni. Rob Weaver is the president currently. I believe Melanie Baum will be taking over there. I met her last night. Very good, very nice lady. Very good people there. First class. I found out to be their first class organization. They do a very good. They do a tremendous job. Tremendous at what they do. I told Rob I hope to be there or be at more events in Tampa down the road with the Tampa Canes alumni group. They're good people there.
And by the way, you mentioned earlier you want to go to the Notre Dame game. I am planning on going to that one, and so we got to meet up out there. And my guy Michael Yo is going to be there doing a comedy show in Chicago the night before, and then we're going to go to the game. So we got to do it up big over there, because I've never taken in a game at Notre Dame Stadium. This would be my first time as well.
And you got to do it. So they tell me you have to do it once.
Yeah. So we'll be there rocking our Canes gear. Danny, anything else you want to promote, man? You mentioned the Cane alumni in Tampa.
They do Tampa Bay. Yeah, the Tampa Canes alumni, very good job. They do tremendous work. I hope to be at more events with them. Rob Weaver is a tremendous guy. Melanie Baum, like I said, Melanie Baum's the incoming president. She's going to take over. I hope I got the name right. Yeah, they do tremendous work. They do have a lot of things they do. I hope to learn more about them in the coming months. Also, my podcast, I don't do that during the off season. Maybe if the Canes make a basketball run, make a baseball run, or if there's a big story. Otherwise, me on my podcast, Miami Hurricanes Talk with Danny. I'm on YouTube as well, Canes 998. And basically, me on Twitter as Daniel Kane 1970 on X. Daniel the Cane 13 on Instagram. And I'm on Facebook as well.
Awesome. Well, you are one of the beloved members of this Miami Hurricanes family. I know people are happy to hear from you. Danny Boy Kane, thank you so much. And if you need anything next season on the pod, I'm always happy to hop on.
Anytime, buddy. Anytime. I'll look forward to having you.
I love it. Well, friends, make sure you give a huge shout out and smash that like button, subscribe for our pal Danny Boy Kane, and we'll talk to you next time on another episode of Locked On Canes. We are part of the #1 Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.